Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you probably read by the title, I'll be doing a trend that is going on right now, and it's 10 before the end. So basically I'm going to tell you 10 books that I want to read by the end of this year. We have less than 2 months, probably by the time you're seeing this, a month before the end of the year, which where did the time go by? What happened? Like, how are we already in November, almost December? That's crazy. But yeah, I have 10 books right here and I'm going to tell you about them. I've been wanting to read this book for the longest time ever, and I'm like, I have to read it this year because I've been putting it off for so long, and that is A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. This book, I'm scared of it because I've heard it's the right person but wrong time, and I know there's cheating in it and all kinds of drama, but it's a book that wrecks you and you're like voting for this couple. So the fact that I know there's a little bit of drama, I'm like, I'm scared. And it's her most popular book, I believe. A lot of people love this book, even if they like maybe don't like other books by her, but I know this book, it's her book, and I'm scared. I'm really scared. I've read a sports romance series by her. I absolutely loved it, so this will be a little different from what I've read by her, so that's why I'm nervous as well, but I'm also super excited. This next book, it's just, I know this universe, it's really big and it's a chunky book, and I don't know what it is about this book. I'm nervous, but at the same time this cover screams to me, and I've said it in my last videos, but that is Burn Bright by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is part of the Addicted / Calloway series, and this is their kids, and I'm excited about this. I'm super excited. I know it's a college romance, I believe. I think he plays sports. Maybe he's a little bit of a grumpy guy, and I know he's like super duper rich. That's pretty much all I know. The third book, it's Light Lark by Alec Astor. I don't have the physical copy with me, but this book intimidates me. Why? I love fantasy, and I feel like YA makes it easier to read, let's say, but the thing is, like, fantasy, you really have to dive deep into it, and I don't know what it is. It's a really loved book, and I'm scared to not like it as much as others, but that's why I want to read it before the end of the year, because I'm like, I feel like it's time. Like, there are 3 books out already. The 4th book, it's coming next year. I don't know when, if at the beginning of next year or at the end, but I feel like it's time for me to pick it up. Like, it's time, so I'm excited for this. This next book, I first wanted to read it because of the cover, then I discovered it's Single Parent, and I'm here for this. I love Single Parent, and that is A First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I've never read a book by this author, and I'm excited to see like what type of writing they do, like what it is. And are you telling me like you see this cover and you don't want to pick this book up? Like, it's so pretty, and I want to read it by the end of this year, obviously. And it's a single mom, I believe. She calls like a radio show or something like that, or he calls, I'm not sure who is the host, but I am so damn excited for this. Just everything sounds right up my alley, and I'm excited. So the next 2 books, I'm going to count them as one. I'm counting as that one because they're part of, it's the same couple, and it's the first 2 books in the series, and this series scared the shit out of me with how loved it is, and that's why I feel like it will destroy me. And I don't know why, but the majority of my reads next month are books to destroy me. I don't know what it is, and it's Binding 13 and Keeping 13. So yes, it's 2 books, but I counted them as one because it's the same couple, and they're by Chloe Walsh. This is YA, but I believe it's changing into like just romance because it's on the heavy sides. I know they're kind of sad books. I know it deals with a lot of sensitive topics. That's why I've been scared, but I want to read this so bad, and I decided I have to do it in December. Why? I have no idea, but I'm going to do it, and I'm so damn excited. And they're chunky books. Like, look at the font. Let me show you the font. It's disgusting how small it is, but at least they're in Kindle Limited. Yay! Now this book, it's time for me to read it. Like, I have to put my big pen and just do it, and that's why in this top book. So the 6th book is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover is one of the first authors that I discovered, and I really love her writing. The thing about this book, it's so well loved, and a lot of people that maybe are not a fan of of her writing like this book, so it set up my expectations way too high, and I'm scared not to like it as much as others. But I'm like, it's my opinion. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But I feel like I'm going to love it, and I'm just being like a coward. It's like, girl, just freaking do it. So that's what I'm about to do this year. And I want to watch the movie as well and see how they did with the adaptation and all of that. So I'm excited. Now the next book is a third book by this author. It's her first book in a series, and I've read 2 of her books and they both have been 5 stars. So I've been putting this off for the end of the year. I'm like, what if I don't like it as much as the other 2? But you can have a favorite author and not love all their books, and I'm okay with that. And that is Please Don't Go by E. Salvador. She writes like slow burned romances, and I love that. And this one, I feel like it's her saddest book. So I was like I said previously, I don't know what it is about December, but I want to suffer. So I decided to put this for the end of the year. That is pretty much it. It's just me being crazy. Please don't mind me. Now the next book is a book I've owned since like probably forever, and I wanted to read it because I don't know what it is about this book, but it just seems cozy to me. And for me, cozy, it's like November/December, and that is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This book is like a really OG book talk book, and it's about a guy that I think can speak, I believe, or it's deaf. I'm not sure which one of the 2, and a girl that just moves in the small town and a lot of people don't like her. I'm not sure if he's one of them, but I just like the title. I feel like it's such a wholesome romance, and I've heard nothing but good things about it, but at the same time it screams cozy to me, so I wanted to read it by now. Cozy time, because we can tell it's getting colder. Oh my god, the next book is just, I'm like, yes, I want to read this as soon as I can. I read the first book, I believe, at the beginning of this year, and it's a duet of the same couple, but that is Staying Selfless by Liz Tomford. She is an author that made like the best series on the planet, and that is the Windy City series. And this duet by her, it's a duet that she made before the Windy City series. So with the Windy City series, basically it's a spin-off series, and the Selfish duet, I'm not sure how it's called, but the Selfish duet. But this book is the second book in the duet, so we're following the couple, which is Eli and Logan, and I feel like now it's time for me to read it. It's just like, it's time. I read the first book and I need to read this one, and just like, I want to read everything that Liz Tomford has written. I could read her grocery list and be the most excited about it. That's how down deep I am for her writing. I love her writing. She's amazing. And the last book that I'm talking about today, it's a book that just came out, and I've been waiting a whole freaking year for this, and that is Under the Oak Tree, the novel, volume 2 by Suji Kim. I am so excited about this. If you haven't heard about this series, it's a romantasy. It's amazing, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this, and it kind of pisses me off with how good it is. It's amazing. There's dragons, ogres, all type of creatures, magicians. There are kings, dukes, knights, ladies, queens, everything. There's everything. Princess, prince. It's just everything you can want, and it's forced marriage kind of situation. There's also if you love a man that pines and devote himself for his women. This is volume 2. Obviously you have to start with volume 1. It's this cover right here. If you see that book, think of me and be like, oh my god, I probably read the best thing on planet just because Marielle recommended it to me. You're welcome. Okay, I have a lot of books. Oh my god, this is insane. Ugh. But these are all the books that I want to read, my 10 before the end, and it's like, what is there not to love about this pile? Are you kidding me? I'm so excited. But yeah, that will be all for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.